Good morning, and thank you for joining us for our weekly press conference, which we're restarting today. We've been off for about 6 weeks, I think, but we're really happy to be going again. We have 2 topics for today's press conference. First, we will give recognition to the Highmark Caring Places Children's Grief Awareness Day. And second, we will provide an overview of the Erie Downtown Partnership Small Business Saturday and Downtown Delights. Created in 2008 by the Highmark Caring Place, Children's Grief Awareness Day is observed around the world every year on the 3rd Thursday of November. Since the holiday season is a particularly difficult time for many people, this is an appropriate time to raise awareness about the painful impact that loved one's death can have on the life of a child. Children's Grief Awareness Day brings attention to the fact that supporting our children makes all the difference in the world. Today, in honor of Children's Grief Awareness Day, we proudly display our dedicated support for grieving children by all of us wearing blue. Now, I'm honored to introduce Connor Dolly from the Highmark Caring Place. Connor will explain what they do, as well as how and why they do it. Connor, welcome to the program, the podium.
Good morning. Thank you, Mayor Schember and the City of Erie, for recognizing and supporting Children's Grief Awareness Day today. Children's Grief Awareness Day started in Erie 15 years ago because of a group of elementary school students knew the value of supporting their grieving friends. Through the efforts of the Highmark Caring Place, it has become a national and international day of recognition. Statistics show that at least 1 in 5 children will experience the death of someone close to them before they graduate high school. 1 in 12 will experience the death of a parent or sibling, and 7 in 10 classrooms have at least one grieving student who is grieving a death within the last year. Many people misunderstand the way children express their grief and do not realize that it takes most children much longer to cope with their grief than we expect. This day allows us to highlight the special needs of grieving children and help others create a safe place, like the Highmark Caring Place, where children can openly share their grief. At the Highmark Caring Place, we are proud to support grieving children and their families by offering free peer support groups to our community. Families come together to talk about their feelings and the memories of their loved ones in a safe place and learn to once again find hope in their lives. With the financial support of Highmark, we can offer all of our programming to the community for free. We raise this awareness so that people will understand that a grieving child can't just get over it. And in order to help teach people ways they might help a grieving child they happen to know now or in the future. Last night, we hosted current and past families who were involved with our program for an event. And with the support of our wonderful volunteers and community partners like Terradoodles, the Experience Children's Museum, Asbury Woods, and Tree Family Party Piggies, we were able to give the grieving children in our community a fun night to laugh and to have fun with their families. We also have a wonderful partnership with the Erie Otters, who were with us also last night, and they're hosting a special Children's Grief Awareness Night tomorrow night at Erie Insurance Arena. All across our community, you will see people, schools, and businesses supporting grieving children. Blue butterflies, t-shirts, and stickers across our county. Places like H&K Donuts, Pop Luck, Andora's Bubble Tea, John V. Schultz Furniture. We had a child whose father died, and she woke up on Children's Grief Awareness Day, and she told her mother that people are wearing blue today for her. And they are. Blue popcorn, donuts, shirts, and stickers will be seen today for her and every other grieving child in our hometown. So thank you to everyone for wearing blue today and for showing a grieving child that they are not alone and that their loved one will not be forgotten. Thank you.
Thank you, Connor. Very good job. Appreciate that presentation. You are doing a great work to help youth deal with the grief of losing a loved one. Also, thanks to Christy Nosich, who is also with us today. Christy is the program manager for Highmark Caring Place. The work you both do is incredible and very important for our children and their families. I also want to recognize and thank many volunteers who support grieving children throughout the Erie region. Without volunteers, it would not be possible to provide these services. If you are interested in serving as a volunteer, you can find additional information at highmarkcaringplace.com or by calling or emailing Kristen Huber at 814-528-0934. Or you can also contact her at kristenhuber@highmark.com. As Connor mentioned, there's a special Otters game tomorrow. Here with us is Sean Bernard, the Media Relations Manager and voice of the Erie Otters, to tell us more. I'm honored now to welcome Sean to the podium. Sean.
Thank you, Mr. Mayor. At the core of sports, and especially in a team-oriented one like hockey, the sense of community, belonging, and support is a necessity for success and growth. These pillars are not unique to sports, nor are they to the processing of grief. Good morning, everyone. As Mayor Schember mentioned, my name is Sean Bednar, and I'm the Director of Communications and Community Outreach, as well as the voice of the Otters. Today, we recognize, remember, and honor those grieving around the world with the 15th Annual Children's Grief Awareness Day. For 15 years, this worldwide observation started right here in Erie by the Highmark Caring Place and has grown to touch thousands around the globe. For years, longer than that, however, care centers, and especially Highmark Caring Place, have helped grieving children, adolescents, and families know that grief is not taboo and that it's okay to not be okay. The Caring Place and the Otters have been collaborators and partners in the community care together from nearly the beginning. And last season, we were able to strengthen that bond of not just partnership, but community support together. This came to fruition in the form of the first ever Children's Grief Awareness Game in sports history. And where better for the inaugural game than here in the community where Children's Grief Awareness Day was founded. Nearly a year ago, our team of young men took the ice in navy and baby blue colors that symbolize children's grief awareness, wearing warm-up jerseys very similar to these for pregame. Adorned with the logos of Highmark Caring Place and Children's Grief Awareness Day, this was not just a tangible opportunity to showcase support for the grieving community, but to truly give back to the organization that started this day. Thanks to these jerseys and the generosity of our fans in bidding on them, our organization was able to donate nearly $7,000 to the Caring Place's programs and mission. Programs ranging from peer and group support, 10-week sessions with trained volunteers, and support that helps to heal that are all completely free to anyone that steps through the doors of the Caring Place. We are so humbled to once again work alongside Highmark Caring Place of Erie to now celebrate the second annual Children's Grief Awareness Night the day after the Observation Day, tomorrow evening. Fans who enter the Erie Insurance Arena will be engulfed in a sea of blue and a world of support, leading into our highly emotional and community-connecting pregame observation. Once again, our players will skate into the arena for the first time wearing our all-new Children's Grief Awareness warm-up jerseys, crested with the colors and logos of grief support. Standing alongside thousands of others, fans will then be encouraged to fill out a Holding On to Hope for sign and participate in a moment of unity and to display who they are holding on to hope for. We will then be so honored and truly humbled to be joined by a local Erie family brave enough to share their story of loss, grief, and healing, thanks to their time with Highmark Caring Place. In memory of their own loved one, they will drop the puck and start off our night of hope. It is our hope that this night can serve a multitude of purposes. To serve as an uplifting night for those grieving, to show that grief doesn't have to be restricted to sadness, but can be a celebration of life of those who we've lost. To normalize grieving and to live the mantra that it's okay to not be okay. To shine a light on the incredible community resource that is the Highmark Caring Place, and to raise awareness for those dealing with grief in their own way. Loss is not unique. Every single person you talk to is fighting a battle that you'll never know, or grieving the loss of a family member or friend, or doing their best to put on a brave face. Grief is an incredibly complex emotion. Loss is devastating, and it's a devastating thing to experience. And when a loved one is lost, it's easy to feel alone. Tomorrow night, our hope is that nobody feels alone. For all those grieving, we're with you, we support you, we stand alongside you, and we wear blue to recognize your anguish. To once again be able to utilize our platform in a way that showcases support to those who are suffering with the loss of a loved one is truly humbling. After the game concludes, we will auction off the jerseys worn by our players. All proceeds, every single dollar raised, will go to Highmark Caring Place to support the previously mentioned free programs for our community. If you are able to, please consider bidding on one of these jerseys or donate directly to Highmark Caring Place. This is why we wear blue, and this is why we acknowledge Children's Grief Awareness Day. It truly is an honor as an organization that cares so much and works to invest so much into this community to be able to create this game night environment. On behalf of our entire organization, we would like to thank Mayor Joe Schember, the entire team at all 4 Highmark Caring Places across Western and Central Pennsylvania, especially here in Erie, our great partners at Erie Apparel, supporting this cause fiscally and socially, the Saginaw Spirit, our opponent for tomorrow night, and the Children's Grief Center of the Great Lakes Bay region for their collaboration in our Children's Grief Awareness Night, and all of those who support our grieving community. May our platform and game night be another step toward healing and helping those in their darkest hour. We hope to see you at the Erie Insurance Arena when the puck drops on Friday night.
Thank you very much, Sean. I hope that game is sold out tomorrow evening. It's really great what you just presented to us. And thank you to all the Erie Otters. Your support of the Children's Grief Awareness Day is helping children deal with one of the hardest things to handle in their lives. I have visited the Caring Place several times. Every time I go there, it's very moving to see the work they are doing to help children and families deal with loss. Here is a word to everyone in Erie. If you know a child or a family who has lost a parent, grandparent, sibling, and could benefit from the Caring Place, please reach out to them. I also want to thank Connor and Christy for their passion, their commitment, and their dedication to helping grieving children cope with loss. Next now, with the holidays upon us, we want to provide some details on several upcoming events. The first is Small Business Saturday, which will take place on November 25th. This is a wonderful opportunity to celebrate and support small business in Erie and recognize all that they do for our community. We know that 68 cents of every dollar spent at a small business in the United States stays right here in the local community. And every dollar spent at small business creates an additional 48 cents in local business activity as a result of employees and local businesses purchasing local goods and services. Second, we want to make you aware that on Friday, December 1st, the Erie Downtown Partnership will host the annual holiday celebration, Downtown Delights. If you have ever been to Downtown Delights, you know what a spectacular event this is, with festive lights, music, ice skating, and much, much more. Here with us today to tell us more about the truly wonderful events is Downtown Dave Tamalonis from the Erie Downtown Partnership. Dave, thanks very much for being here. The podium's now yours.
Thank you, Mayor. Good morning. My name is Dave Tamalonis, and I'm the Events and Marketing Manager at Erie Downtown Partnership. We have a ton of upcoming winter events right here in our beautiful public spaces downtown. First is our Small Business Saturday celebration on Saturday, November 25th. This event will run from 10 a.m. to 4 p.m. and includes several locations downtown, activated with small and micro business vendors from right here in the local community. This is our third year organizing an event around Small Business Saturday with the Shop Small Market, and our goal, as with every year, is to make downtown Erie a holiday shopping destination for all things local and unique. This year we partnered with Erie Arts and Culture to bring the Western PA Maker Market to the Boston store, adding even more unique vendors from across the region to the event. Vendors will also be at the Erie Art Museum, which will be open for free admission all day. 1020 Collective at 1020 Holland Street will be open with vendors, and the shops at 5th and State will also be open. The Flagship City Food Hall and the shops are celebrating their 2-year anniversary on Saturday, and we're welcoming 2 brand new downtown businesses to the Flagship City District as well. Ascend Climbing Gym, which just opened a couple weeks ago, will be open with vendors, and the Briggs Cigar Bar will be celebrating their grand opening on the 3rd floor of the Bonnell building. Our friends at EDDC are going to be celebrating up there. More participating brick and mortar businesses downtown include the Erie Food Co-op, Glass Growers Gallery, City Gallery at 15th and State, Voodoo Brewery, Ember and Forage, Ye Old Sweet Shop, and so many more. A map brochure will be distributed at all participating locations so you can check out where all the activity is downtown no matter where you start your day. We will also have banners hanging in Perry Square with a full list of participating vendors as well. For entertainment, we'll have vinyl DJs Stephen Maynard and Larry Wheaton spinning some holiday-themed records at the Boston store all day. We'll have Sarah Haggerty from 10 to 12 at the Art Museum, performers all day at the Art Museum, and Preach Freedom and friends will be performing at the Flagship City Food Hall from 2 to 4 p.m. Shop small and shopping local for the holidays keeps more money right here in the Erie economy, like the mayor just said, and it helps to support your friends and Erie-eyed neighbors that own small businesses. Next, we're looking ahead to Downtown Delights. Downtown Delights is presented by UPMC Health Plan and UPMC Hammett and is downtown Erie's tree lighting ceremony and marquee holiday event. This year, it's once again shaping up to be an amazing time. The event begins at 5 o'clock with holiday music on the stage, the opening of the Holiday Village shops with Glass Growers Gallery, Erie Ale Works, Sunday Vegan Desserts, and Luminary Distilling, free EMTA shuttle rides to Perry Square from Gridley Park in the West Bayfront neighborhood, an EUMA hat and coat drive in Perry Square, the seasonal opening of the downtown Erie Community Skating Rink, free hot cocoa from the First Presbyterian Church of the Covenant, and the opening of the Santa letter writing booth from Make-A-Wish. Local sponsor Rebich Investments will be donating $1 for every letter to Santa received in the Erie Regional Office for Make-A-Wish, up to $7,500. So make sure you write a letter to Santa at the event and put it into the Santa mailbox in Perry Square. There are plenty more opportunities throughout the season to contribute to the letter writing campaign. You can watch our social media and Make-A-Wish's social media for the locations of other Santa letter writing stations right up to the holidays. And around 6 o'clock, we're going to welcome Santa to the park with the mayor and United Way Community School students for the lighting of the tree. The tree and park lighting in Perry Square this year are presented by Plastek Group in honor of the CEO Doug Preshak's late father and company founder Joseph Preshak. So thank you to Plastek for their generous support this season. After the lighting, the Santa experience on the Perry Square stage presented by Copper Carriage will start around 6:20. A line will form around the stage so that kids can tell Santa what they would like for Christmas and get a free framed photo with Santa. Horse carriage rides around Perry Square with John May Farms will also start around 6:20. At the Hands Boston store this year, WQLN is presenting Be My Neighbor Day with Daniel Tiger from Mr. Rogers' Neighborhood with free kids books by Werner Books and a live brass ensemble and kids activities fair. Daniel Tiger will be in attendance at the Boston store, so after you sit with Santa, you can head over there, get warm, listen to some holiday tunes, and meet with Daniel Tiger. Two big celebrities in town that night, Santa and Daniel Tiger. Some auxiliary events downtown that night. There will be live reindeer at the Experience Children's Museum down the street on French and 4th Streets. There will be an open house at the First Presbyterian Church of the Covenant featuring a decorated sanctuary with 10 large nativity scenes created by Dr. Michael DeSanctis, bell tower carillon, handbells, pipe organ, and the Strong Vincent Middle School Chorus. New for 2023, the Presbyterian Church will have a live nativity scene with live animals who are available for petting. So if you'd like to go visit with more animals, you could head to the First Presbyterian Church of the Covenant. All of this is free and located less than 2 blocks west of Perry Square. There's also free parking for Downtown Delights available in their church parking lot. There will be entertainment and specials at the Flagship City Food Hall all night. The Flagship City District shops will be open. Downtown Delights is an Erie holiday tradition, and we're so excited to bring this magic back to Perry Square once again. Thanks again to presenting sponsor UPMC Health Plan and UPMC Hammett for their continuing support of this event and their help throughout the year. Back to you, Mayor.
Thank you very much, Dave. Do you think there's enough going on in Erie the next couple of weeks here? I think there's plenty. Please get out and enjoy it. We really appreciate and look forward to the decorations in Perry Square, the Small Business Saturday, Downtown Delights, and all the other events that are taking place downtown this holiday season. We really appreciate you and the work the team at Erie Downtown Partnership for hosting these festive events. Thank you very much. We will be off next week for Thanksgiving on Thursday, November 23rd. So our next press conference now will be Thursday, November 30th. At that news conference, we will share details on H.T. Burley Week, a reminder about Downtown Delights, we got to remind you about that, and other upcoming events. On behalf of the city, we wish all of you, everyone watching, a happy Thanksgiving. Also remember that the day after Thanksgiving is Native American Heritage Day, where we recognize and appreciate the culture, traditions, and contributions of the indigenous American people. That completes this week's press conference. Please remember to follow us on social media for important updates on the city of Erie. Everyone who spoke today is now available for interviews. Thanks very much for joining us. There's a great crowd here today. Thank you.